Welcome back to Africa This Morning. It is Table Talk, and as it is October, the world recognizes October as the Cancer Month, and we'll do our best to highlight some of the initiatives that are being set up to sensitize the population, to empower the survivors, and to even educate those of you who are not really aware on how to source out information. Joining us to share their beautiful initiative of emotional healing for both survivors and also sensitization of those who have been left behind by parents or even relatives who have passed on as a result of cancer is Siombua Angela Kibwe, who is the founder of Under 100 Under 30 Breast Cancer Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Significant month when it comes to highlighting issues of cancer. But are we doing enough when it comes to getting the proper information, creating the right platforms when it comes to dealing with cancer issues?
Okay, yes, as we can say, the media has done enough. People are doing their best. But what I Google online is just but information that I can always read anywhere and a doctor can tell me. Yeah. But breast cancer is more... There's more
beyond the medicine.
There's the emotional aspect of it. There's how it affects families, how it affects people. You know, it's not just one person. It's the whole community around you that have to deal with it.
You discovered this reality and you decided to do something about it.
Yes.
Share with us the journey, discovering that there's a gap when it comes to ensuring there's a platform or even space for emotional healing, and what you decided to do about it.
Sometime last year, my friends and I were having a discussion that we wanted to do something to do with breast cancer for this year. But we weren't really sure exactly what we wanted to do. So when we started doing our research in regards to exactly what we wanted and what we were after and what we wanted to achieve, we came to realize there was more to it. We started with visiting different hospitals, talking to different doctors, seeing what breast cancer was all about, so that we were able to focus or narrow down to exactly what our initiative was meant to be. And that's where 100 Under 30 grew. We came to realize that, yes, people do have breast cancer. Yes, the families goes through it, but there was that emotional aspect that people really weren't focused on, the healing part of it. So we created an online platform where guys were able to share their stories, talk about it, meet other people online who actually have experienced it and who want to talk about it. We got a counselor who was able to free her time so that she's able to actually go on Facebook, check those few people who really don't want to post on the page, but on the backside. So they're able to actually just have a chat.
And some privacy as well.
Yes, and some privacy as well, so that you're able to just let it go. You know, it's more of, other than physical healing, it's also emotional healing.
There's a journey that led you to realize that this platform is going to be very significant for especially those who've journeyed through cancer. Share with us the moment you visited a particular hospital to get to hear that case, and what particular case touched you that you felt you needed to do this.
There was a lady who's currently the age of 39 that we met. She was one of our major focuses. She had, by the time she was diagnosed, I believe she was on stage 4 cancer. And it was that thing of, oh, I feel pain, but I'll just take some meds and go to work. Until that day when the pain became so much that eventually she went to hospital. And this was so interesting that as much as she went there, there was the first one who told her it was malaria, then someone it was something else. And this whole entire journey, there was a point where even the mom was like, you know, I was already ready for her funeral. We were already planning it. We didn't think that she would survive from it. But the doctors had given her 3 months, but we're looking at about 12 months on. And she's so strong. She's unbelievable to talk to and to work with. But one of the things she said she lacked was that communication with people, meeting with people. Yes, you'll do the counseling, but there was no that online platform to be able to actually express the story. So we were like, why don't you share it? Why don't you just go up to our platform? We'll create something that people can read your story, and at the same time, guys who've gone through it can also share theirs.
To jump off with your information.
So everybody is sharing their cancer stories. It can be your husband who's sharing his side of it, or your boyfriend who's gone through it, or you who's gone through it in itself. Because cancer, it's not just the pink bow and these events, it's that someone actually had to go through surgery. Someone has gone through chemotherapy. You know, this is a story that people need to know.
And this is a story that people live with way beyond the month of October.
It is way beyond that. It's way beyond even that just 1 year. Because, you know, doctors will tell you, you have to go either to chemotherapy or radiotherapy or both.
Yeah.
You know, all the finances is just on its own level.
Yeah.
You know, it's a stall.
When you're looking at this initiative, you put numbers to your campaign, 100 under 30. Why those two?
Because we wanted to reach at least 100 people who are in the age gap of 39 going down, who actually have cancer, who can share their stories.
And when it comes to identifying opportunities for those who are within that same age group so as to sensitize them, what are you doing to ensure that even as you're presenting the platform for counseling, you're also presenting an opportunity for sensitization, early detection, self-examination?
Yes. One of the things that we want to bring up to the table is that we want people, both men and women, in our age group to actually go for the free checkups. They're everywhere. Every hospital in October has these free checkups. But yes, let's face it, someone like me, I guarantee you last year I was like, okay, I'll go this year. It's never that.
It's always postponed.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, see, next year we'll always have another one. And you see, that's the thing. We came to realize if you keep pushing it, it's like early detection saves. But at the same time, you have to realize even you yourself have to do the
and you have to be conscious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Check yourself. Do your usual breast checkups on your own. Once in a while, go see a doctor, see what's going on. It's always just good to know what's happening with your body.
Just being comfortable with the fact that you are being conscious about your health. The other aspect that most probably you're faced with is the conversation of fear. Part of postponing is the fact that I really don't want this to be my reality.
Yes.
Share with us how you're dealing with that reality among the group and also among the population that is interested in understanding what cancer is about.
And you see, that's exactly why we brought in an online counselor, because I was going through that myself. Because when people were asking me, so why haven't you done it? You're like, what if I have it? And if I have it, where do I start? You know, no one wants to face that. No one wants to face the fact that they have breast cancer. My first initial reaction was, am I going to lose my breasts? Are they going to cut it off? You know, and that's when you come and realize it's not just that. There's so many treatments around it. I had to sit down with someone to go through it, discuss it, understand it on a better level, to be able to hold this platform for others who are able to do it. So when we brought in the online counselor, it was basically so that she's able to interact with everybody, so that guys get to understand the same way that I understood what we had to do
the
about
cancer scenario
Yes,
entails, and what are some of the options that are available. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Kick Out Cancer Initiative.
KO, we partnered up with KO, Kick Out the Breast Cancer Foundation. It's a US-based foundation. The lady, Dana, the one who started KO, her mom died from breast cancer. So when she started the initiative, it was to every single person, doesn't matter race, age, size, every single woman and man to be able to do the Kick Out Breast Cancer campaign. Come do the photo shoot, so that it's a way of supporting. She was spreading the same message we were, but now, and we realized that, you know what, we have the same message to spread despite the fact that she's far, but it's the same thing we want, it's the same passion that we have. So we partnered up and we said we were going to do the KO shoot this year here in Kenya. We're going to reach as many people as we can, so that everybody is able to understand that, you know what, we are here. You know, when we are holding the pink gloves, it's significant to us as we are kicking it out. We are fighting it.
When you're looking at the shoot, maybe you'd want to elaborate a little bit on that before we get to the final end of the interview, so that people understand how you're trying to bring back the beauty for those who have survived cancer, for those who have been bereaved as a result of cancer.
KO is not, as in, like, when we are looking for our own way of saying, you know what, just because I lost my breast, just because I have breast cancer, I'm not
haven't
less
lost
woman.
my value.
Yes.
Yes.
I am still a woman and I am still strong. I still have people behind me who support me. So it's a good way of saying, you know what, we are kicking it out, we are fighting, and for us who do not have, we're like, we support you. We want to spread your message and we will fight on with you. Yeah.
That's a powerful initiative. Maybe you can share with us, what can we anticipate from the under 100, under 30 breast cancer initiative this particular month and moving on forward? On
the 25th of this month, we have our photo shoot, which is the KO shoot. That will be in town. It's 1,500 per person. So for everybody who wants to come, it's open for all men and women. As long as you want to do the shoot, please come. Please enjoy it. It's a way to meet great people. We'll have a few cancer survivors there who want to talk to people and show people, you know what, we are here. We are normal as everybody else. And at the same time, it's us showing them, you know what, we get the message. We want to spread it. Because one thing we came to realize, in each and every family, we have a story. Everyone has a story in regards to cancer. So why don't we
just speak about it and kill the stigma, first of all, before dealing with the challenges on the medical front? Finally, a word to the men when it comes to dealing with cancer. One, as partners of maybe women who are surviving cancer or even going through the process of treatment, and also as men when it comes to taking on early detection tests in hospitals.
One of the funniest things when I was speaking to one of the doctors, he was like, men are the most afraid people to actually be told they have breast cancer. They actually go into this shell and cocoon, like, how am I going to tell my friends I have breast cancer? But we all have breast tissue, and yes, there's a lucky chance of men can get it. It's not a stigma. We can't put you aside. We understand you, and we want you to come out and spread the awareness. We want you to spread the message. We want you to be able to tell other men that this is real. Men can get it too. Therefore, come and support the initiative.
Sensitization is key.
Especially for the men. At least as women, we have that.
And we have that as a reality.
But the men, not so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to host you, Angela, and get to see a beautiful initiative that is not only seeking to sensitize, but to also bring back beauty, especially when it comes to cases of breast cancer. Cancer should not take away the value of a woman. It should not take away her right to feel beautiful.
Yes.
It's a beautiful initiative.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've been inspired, and hopefully you'll come through on the 25th of October. This is an initiative that demands every single one of us. We're more than 40 million in this country. We can all stand to kick out cancer in this country, and also recognize that we do not need to stigmatize against those who are living with the challenge of managing cancer within their home. We also have to get sensitized, do self-examinations right at home if you're not able to afford, or seek any healthcare center that is offering that opportunity for you to be examined so that you can have early detection, and early detection saves lives. Thank you so much for joining us. From the team and myself, enjoy the rest of your viewing.